Hi guys, welcome back. This is Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. Welcome. This is today's daily love vibe for Friday the 29th through Sunday the 31st. Okay. I have some things to do this weekend, so I am going to group this as a special read. It's an oracle read, divine masculine, divine feminine. I'm going to use the new deck that I had bought for the channel. A friend of mine, Stacy, if you guys remember, the beautiful blonde lady that interviewed me in the interview video that I made, she gifted these to the channel, and she's such a beautiful woman. I absolutely love her. If you're watching, Stacy, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're using this deck today. It's the first time. And it's Colette Baron Reed, the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. We're also using, for Divine Masculine, Animal Dreaming Oracle cards by Scott Alexander King. And here's another new deck that I bought, Wisdom of the House of Night. This is also Colette Baron Reed and PC Cast. That's for the masculine. On the feminine side, we're using the Divine Feminine Oracle cards by Megan Watterson and Love Your Inner Goddess by Alana Fairchild. All right, so this is going to be, for the weekend, the daily love vibe, divine masculine, divine feminine. So if you are... if you believe you're a twin flame, or if you believe that you have met your soulmate, okay, divine soulmate, like you just know this person somehow, some way is meant to be in your life because you believe it's a soulmate, then this reading is for you, okay? So let's get cracking here and see what's going on. And I said cracking because I just watched... what's his name? I can't think of his name, but I'm sure if you've ever heard Crack-a-Lackin', you know who I'm talking about. And it just flew out of my mouth because I just watched him. All right, so let's get going. Before I start, I want to remind you guys, there are some links down below for some songs that we channeled yesterday. Some of them copied as links. Others, you have to highlight them, copy them, and put them in your search engine. Next weekend is the Victory of Light show in Sharonville, Ohio, and I'm very excited about that. It's a huge show. I put the link in the description box. Come on out and see me if you'd like to get a private reading and you're in the vicinity or not too far from it. Please come and see me. Anything else I need to tell you? Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget that we're manifesting. Mercury has now gone direct again, thank God. Although I think we'll feel the remnants for a couple of days. What else do I need to tell you? Just to remember that we're manifesting, okay? Have an attitude of gratitude, eye on the prize, revisit your manifestation visions, you know. Every day. Visualize every day what you're trying to manifest. Take a little time. Sorry, my asthma's acting up today. I'm having a hard time breathing. And then I burnt that Palo Santo or whatever it's called. Wood. And that's not helping. Okay, so let's get busy. Okay? This is masculine's thoughts. Feminine's thoughts. What is the masculine thinking today? Oh, it says making a choice. Now remember, these are new to me. I was going to say, I just had all those books. Where'd I put them? These are new to me. So, I'm going to look and see. I love getting new decks. I mean, first of all, I'm going to show you guys this card, how beautiful it is. Okay, making a choice. It's a number 30, which breaks down to a number 3. In this, it looks like there are 2 windows or doors. Actually, they're doors, I think. And there's one path that, of course, wise and becomes 2. So this is a choice of which pathway to take. New beginnings. You know, I'm going forward and there's a fork in the road. What do I do now? Let's see. You're faced with a dilemma or a fork in the road and must make a conscious choice regarding the next right action. Whatever that choice is, you must take responsibility for it. Yet you needn't be afraid. Excuse me. You may not have all the answers right now because the way ahead can't be known until you've embarked and traveled a few steps. Trust your intuition, ask for a sign from Spirit, and you will be led to the right path. If you remain conscious and aware, your choice will be the right one at this time. Life is always about learning. Success lies in choosing consciously, guided by intuition and spirit. Okay? So, I am so sorry. It looks to me like the masculine is really in his head about choices he needs to make to move forward in his life in the best way possible. And when I do the oracle readings, this is not tarot. This is more Spirit's advice for the masculine and what he should be thinking about. How about we put it that way? Take a drink of water, maybe I can get the frog out of my throat. All right, so the masculine has a choice he has to make. There's something in his life, and there's so many choices that we're all being called to make, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly what. But just for the weekend, it seems like there needs to be some kind of contemplation, some kind of decision-making process, some kind of revelation that the masculine needs to be working on in order to come in union with his feminine. So he's making choices, making plans, maybe even making lists. I kind of see some of your guys as masculines sitting down with notebook and paper and making lists of things he needs to do. Okay, so let's look at the feminine's thought patterns. Number 49, it's called Talisman. A lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have all you need for the successes you seek. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune waits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. Wow, this is a cool card. All right, so in her headspace, she's already made choices. She's learned her lesson. She's done her inner work. So Spirit is telling her, I'm trying to do my math here. 9, 10, 13 is a 4. So this is foundations too. So she has a newfound wisdom that allows her to recognize traps and familiar patterns. I think in the past, you know, because they've spent so many lifetimes trying to get this union, I think in the past, because of not doing the inner work, not having self-esteem, not loving herself, filling her own cup, recognizing how worthy she was. She was coming into this, I don't know why I feel like whoever we're channeling today, there's history, not just in previous lifetimes, but in this lifetime. I feel like there's an older energy here, and she's learned her lesson. Whatever's happened between the two of them in this lifetime, I have a feeling there was times of toxicity. You know, maybe they got together and they fought, they argued, there were battles of the egos, or maybe unrequited love, you know, like the feminine gave more than the masculine. Those are some of the scenarios I'm channeling, and I feel like she's learned that lesson now. She went deep within her and recognizes, and I believe that because we've been talking about that for a long time. You know, the feminines really have been working hard on clearing old karma. And I think the universe is telling her, whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you. You have the wisdom and have arrived at the right decision. You've learned your life lessons. You've let go of your karma and earned the right to your success. Okay, that's really, really beautiful. I like these cards. The talisman. Yeah, it's like being given a gift from the universe saying, here, take this on your journey with you. It's a compass that will always point you true north, which is spirit, which is faith. That's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so what the Spirit had to say about what the masculine's feeling this weekend. Cleaning house. Cleaning house. So the masculine could actually, in his heart space, be healing. I kind of feel like this is cleaning, you know that one little place in your heart, that one little private room, that lonely room where you sit and you pine for something that's missing, something that's, you know, it's like the little kitty is waiting. I don't know if I showed you guys these cards. I'm sorry. They're so beautiful. I got to show them to you. This was the talisman card for the feminine. So now in the masculine, in his heart lives this little room. Can you see it? See the kitty watching out the window? Or sitting in the window? There's a little door down in the right-hand corner. I'm trying to flip it in my head. There's a dresser. I can't tell what's in it. It almost looks like a ribbon, maybe. Cleaning house. Yeah, I feel like in his heart space, there's a lonely place that he has. And I think what he's doing is he's cleaning house. He's going in. He's getting rid of those old... Here, she's healed from repeated unhealthy relationship patterns because she raised her vibration and recognized her worth. In his heart space, I'm hearing out with the old, out with the old, out with the old. It's like that place where he would sit in his heart and think and have nostalgia about the good old days, you know, when we used to walk in the woods, when we used to walk by the pond, when we used to go out and have fun together. It's like his reminiscing place in his heart. And I think he's cleaning it up. It's like, I don't know, it's like we stepped through this portal and now everything that's old is old. And it feels old. Like when you revisit it, you're like, oh, that's so old. That's such yesterday. That's like the old energy. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm feeling it in my heart. And it looks like they may be feeling it in theirs too. Like it's time to clean house. Let's just sweep it all out the door and start all over again. Maybe it's time for a remodel. Something very unique about this card that I just noticed, and I don't know if it'll show you in the camera, but right under my pointing finger is a pair of scissors. Well, it's half of a pair of scissors hanging on a string. And you can't really make anything or do anything with a half a pair of shears, now can you? I think that's a little extra message there, that there's something deeply missing in his heart. The other half, the other half of that pair of scissors is not there. So he's cleaning house in his heart. Let's read and see what it means. As soon as the train goes by. Cleaning house. It's time to clear the clutter to make way for new and better things. When you see the cleaning house card in a reading, it's time to declutter your life. Get rid of unwanted things in your physical home and release what you no longer want or truly need. Is there any unfinished business you should address? Thoughts, memories, emotional baggage must be swept out of your house, which we'll say heart, because that's where we're at in the reading. Must be swept out of your heart as well. Your conscience must be cleared for you to move freely in the world. Celebrate a spring cleaning and feel the freedom as you make way for much better things. Look at what you've resisted, discarding, and be honest about its value. Be honest and clean house. Okay? So he's being called upon by Spirit to really be honest about what he feels in his heart. And to let go of anything that is no longer vibrating or resonating with where he is at now, in this day, at this moment, at this time in his life. We got to quit looking to the future, which is the window, and lingering in the past, which is the little room in the heart. It's that little room where we go when we're sad and missing and blue, missing someone. Okay, so let's see what is going on with the, feminine's feelings. Ooh. Wow, these cards are cool. Okay, number 32, which is a 5. Usually 5s are about change or challenge with change. Give you a moment to just kind of study on that card. Magic prayer. Let's see what that has to say. Just looking at it, see, we've been talking about the butterfly, and the first thing I see is the butterfly wing on the side of her eye. It's almost like coming out of the chrysalis, isn't it? We've been talking about that transformation that's happening in this relationship, in the soul upgrade of these divine masculine and feminines. And this really reminds me of the metamorphosis, transformation, coming out of the cocoon or the chrysalis as the butterfly. This is really beautiful. Let's see what it has to say. When you see the magic prayer card, it is a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you're in need. That said, the best prayer is, Thy will be done through me, Thy will and not mine be done. Conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to Spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you, as long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power and your higher self. Be assured that you are on your right path. Okay. So she's feeling it. She feels like she's transforming. She's changing. She's becoming the butterfly. And Spirit is reminding her that she needs to nurture her new spiritual side. Okay? Now that you're awakened to the creation force that lives within you, it's time for you to pray and meditate and know that your prayers are heard and are being answered. This is manifestation too. Okay, so Divine Feminines, pray, meditate, trust your intuition, talk to your higher self, and know you are becoming the butterfly. Okay? All right, let's see. What is the action card? Action card, it's a number 1, and by golly, it says movement. Let's see what the masculine's all about with his actions. Give you just a minute to study on it. I haven't looked at it, so I can't point anything out to you yet. Movement. Oh yeah, there's a windmill. It's like this big old giant ostrich is the moving van. And there's a windmill and a patch of field or whatever you want to call it. And in the background is a bright red balloon. I'm not sure. It looks like a snail is on top of the ostrich. It's very hard to see, but Spirit pointed it out to me. So the masculine's still moving at a snail's pace, but he is on his feet, and he is moving toward the feminine. So let's get a read on this. 10s are always new beginnings. You are in a time of positive forward motion. This is the time for positive momentum as you come out of a period of restriction. You're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to move forward. No matter what your inquiry, you will see your dreams take form, and doors previously shut will begin to open as if by magic. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts, and you now know the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear. Let it go and take the first step forward. Beautiful. Okay, so Spirit's letting you know. The masculine's on his feet. He needs, but he's coming at a snail's pace. That's probably like that Knight of Pentacles. But it's, I mean, I feel like this big red balloon up here. This is a gift. I feel like this is a gift from Spirit. It's following you, masculine. It's following you. It might even be, I feel like it's going to land, and it's going to land right where it needs to. So I feel like the masculine is being gently guided by Spirit forward. This ostrich is the Spirit guide, or the momentum behind this movement. It is at a snail's pace. But the winds of change are stirring. That's what that windmill's about. Moving into calmer air. And Spirit's bringing you a gift. I don't know why, but I feel like that red balloon right there, when that lands, there's going to be an aha moment. All right, so we're going to move on now to, we have 2 oracle cards for each, the masculine and the feminine. Oh, look, you got the number 11, Hawk Messages. Okay, so this is like the higher energy, the advice from Spirit. his spirit messages. Oh, look, and I opened right up to it. Number 11, guys. We know what 11 is. It's all about balance. It's the master number. It's the mirror, the duality. The hawk is said to be one of the great solar birds that are able to stare directly at the sun without having to squint their eyes to lessen the glare. To be able to look directly into the sun and not have to look away is symbolic of being able to look directly at any issue and to see what needs to be acknowledged and addressed for yourself and others. To witness a hawk in flight, to hear its cry, or to find one of its feathers suggests you are about to receive a sign or a gift from Spirit. See, I felt like that's a gift from Spirit. Hawk's cry may indicate a bountiful harvest or an impending time of abundance, while the finding of a feather sometimes portends the birth of a child or a spiritual gift about to awaken within the receiver. I feel like that's that gift, guys. I don't know why. Oh, my goodness, I never turned over her action card. Okay, we'll finish. I'm sorry, guys. Mercury retrograde. I told you there's a little remnant happening here. We will get to the bottom of this. Let me finish this real quick. All right, so a spiritual gift about to awaken within the receiver. I believe that masculine's receiving some new spiritual gifts. If hawk has appeared in your cards today, you're being put on alert for signs that may fruitfully guide you to the next phase of your life. You're being asked to remain vigilant and willing to act at a moment's notice. You are also being told that it's okay to ask for signs indicating when messages are about to come so that you do not miss them. For example, asking Spirit through meditation or prayer that the messages be pre-signed by the appearance of, for example, a woman wearing predominantly yellow who will ask to take your photograph is an obvious and precise way of knowing exactly when to be at your most attentive. Ask the Spirit of the hawk carry this request to Spirit with clear understanding that as soon as a woman presents herself dressed predominantly in yellow and asks to take your photo, Spirit will send an obvious message, sign, or omen that will help you to see your future clearly, free of the usual emotional blockages or physical obstacles that have hindered your path in the past. The woman will act as your trigger, your signpost that tells you when to stop and listen for Spirit's guidance. Okay, I know what the author is trying to do here, but what I'm hearing in my head is that Spirit is already giving the masculine several messages. And I think that his spiritual gift is this new awakening, this new ascension. It's like an up level in spirituality. So I think the signs are pointing and showing this ostrich how to move forward. It's like the compass is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's do the feminine's action. Holy crap, I can't believe I did that because I really wanted to see it too. Oh, number 7, into the unknown. She's moving too, guys. I'm hearing she's moving, but she's taking a leap of blind faith. Number 7 is another spiritual number. Okay, the feminine's action card. Trust, and all will be revealed. Life is an adventure, and often new opportunities will arise that you won't know how to deal with. This is one of those times. You're required to trust that this new phase will reveal wonders and miracles as you step into the unknown territory. Imagine that you're not only a path finder, but a path maker. Whatever your inquiry, trust that you'll be safe. Stay aware as you discover new and marvelous territories and valuable treasures. Wow. Wow. Look at, you can't make this crap up. Let me show you what she's got in her hand. And I don't know if it'll translate over the camera, but it's like a key, that the head of the key is a heart, and then it has wings, and it's on a chain, almost like a pendulum, like she's divinating her way with a heart with wings, forward, blindly, but trusting. Look at the rainbow behind her. Can you see? I hope you can see that little key that's a heart with wings. And it's like a little stick in her hand, and on the other side is like a pendulum. It's really hard to convey probably over the video. But there's a rainbow behind her. There's, it looks like a bluebird or some kind of a bird sitting on the baluster behind her. She's on black and white tile floor, which is duality, masculine, feminine. There's a lot of symbology in this card. I'm very sorry, I almost missed it. But there are little hearts around her. I feel like she's using her third eye. She's divinating her way through this. Probably literally. Because, I mean, you are watching my channel, which tells me that you're divinating or allowing others to divinate for you to show you which way to go. So Spirit is using that fact and channeling these kind of messages to you so that you know how to move your way forward. Because now you've done your work, you're the butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, and you're moving forward with using your third eye, divination. Okay? And the masculine, he's got choices to make and work to do as far as cleaning up the heart space, cleaning up, he's purging. That's what Spirit just told me. He's purging. He's cleaning house. He's purging his heart. Everything you went through with the crying, the purging, the recognition of things that were wrong, that kind of thing, he's in the midst of it. And then he's going to be on his feet and moving with new spiritual gifts and divine compass. And he's getting messages, spiritual messengers that are pointing his way. You know, this bird can look directly into the sun. There is absolutely no darkness that he will be moving into. This is beautiful, guys. Okay, so let's get the last card. I've dragged this out again because they're new cards. I'm having fun with them. All right. Obedience. I'll show you this card. Oh, Spirit said, nope, do the feminines first. Thank you, Spirit. I'm getting all excited. I like my new cards. All right, so the feminines advice for the weekend. I am enough. Mother, daughter, sister, lover, peacock, princess. Okay, Tracy. Can you see it? Peacock, princess. Peacocks have the third eye. They do. I'll show you. Well, I can't show you because I can't reach it from where I'm at. There we go. Can you see that third eye? Can you see it? That's beautiful. All right, so let's see what the peacock has to say. Peacock princess. In a reading, if you feel impatient for something to happen or worried that you're not accomplishing all that you want to achieve quickly enough, then take heart. The universe is working with you, not against you, to bring your dreams to life. Even times when not much seems to be happening are part of this Even times when not much seems to be happening is a part of this creative process. Whoever typed this just didn't type it to make sense. But anyhow, part of the creative process, even though it doesn't seem to be making much sense at this time. Balancing out other times when energy becomes active and intense. What will be most helpful for you in your dreams right now is to rest. During that pleasurable rest behind the scenes, some spiritual magic is going to be created. Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of hearing from Spirit that the feminines have been a little impatient. See, they've done their work. It's like kids in school, you know. I'm done with my work. Now everybody else is still taking their test. And the feminine's like tapping her foot and chewing on her pencil and, you know, or rattling her papers. And you know what I mean? She's impatient. She's like, hurry up, guys. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, because the fun starts after the test, right? The fun starts after the test is what I'm feeling. She's learned that she's enough. That she is a mother, a daughter, a sister, a lover. That she can be all those things. Because she is enough. And she's impatient because she's taken her test and she's got her little divination tools and she's ready. All right, let's see what's going on with the masculine. We did get the obedience. This is a 3. This kind of looks like the judgment or justice. I don't know why, but it looks like Lady Justice in the tarot. It's called obedience. So let's look and see what Spirit has to say about that. Wisdom of the House of Night. Obedience. There are rules for everything. The sun rises and the moon sets, and they dance together in perfect steps. What rules are you considering when you ask your question? You will be sorry if you're going to break a rule that is in place to protect you and others. Even though you may not like authority right now, this is the time to obey what has already been set in motion. This is the time to learn the lay of the land and to follow the customs that keep things in order. Learn the steps of the dance before you attempt to change them to suit your needs. I need to think. I feel like that's karma. I feel like the masculine has been called up for some judgment and justice. But I think he's learned his lesson, and Spirit's telling him. In this decision-making process that you're doing, which is what it's about for this weekend, he's making choices. He needs to use integrity. All right? No lying, no manipulating, no cheating, no divisive behavior, no cleverness. Because I feel like the feminine's going to see right through it. Right through it. Right through to the very side of it. Other side of it. And I think Spirit's warning him. You know, if you're making plans to connect, or if you're making plans toward your feminine, or out of your karmic relationship, whatever choices he's working on this weekend, he needs to play it by the book so he doesn't earn new karma. All right, let's see what's the last advice for the feminine. Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. Okay, so this is definitely an energy that I have seen developing in the feminine over the last month. This is like the 9 of Pentacles. All right, it's stepping into the knowledge that you are, just like this one, I am enough, self-worth. Okay, so she loves every inch of her body and loves the women in her life fiercely. Let's look and see what Spirit's saying. I feel like this is the energy of falling in love with herself, recognizing her worth, recognizing the beauty that is her. Let's look and see. These ones are hard to find. 182. Okay. Who is she? Sappho embodies the deep love, admiration, and sensuality that exists between women. It is believed Sappho was born around 630 BCE on the Greek Isles of Lesbos. Lesbos, okay, now I get it. She was referred to in antiquity as the 10th muse and the poetess, just as Homer was referred to as the poet. She is one of the great Greek lyrists and one of the few known female poets of the ancient world. She read her poems rhythmically while accompanied by a lyre, L-Y-I-R-E, in a form that is now known as Sapphic meter. Sappho is celebrated for the sexuality and sensuality in her poetry, especially her love for women and the female body. Fill, fill the goblet up, these laughing lips shall kiss the brim, come Venus, come. This is one of the fragments that remain of her voluminous collection of poetry. Ecclesiastical authorities in Constantinople and Rome obliterated her work in the 11th century. Her poetry was publicly burned because church leaders were scandalized by its erotic nature and that the author was a woman. In ancient Greece, a woman's love for another woman was considered natural, and Sappho's love for the female form became legendary. It is believed that she read her writing before groups of women, educating and elevating them as she performed her poetry about the goddess-like nature they all possessed. When your soul selects her card, instead of exhausting ourselves with the unholy effort of comparing our own body to those of others, or of competing for resources that are actually unlimited, Sappho urges us to do the most revolutionary thing we could ever do: love ourselves and our sisters fiercely. We can't recover Sappho's lost poems, but we can reclaim the enduring spirit she left us. We can become her poetry. We can revel the pleasure we are capable of feeling, and we can love unapologetically with the full spectrum of our emotional range and from the fathomless depths of our very heart. Lift up other women in your life. Help her reach a dream she's been incubating. Take time to indulge in your life. Go to a spa, make a dinner, go skinny dipping. Sappho is about the power of loving every inch of your female form. Spend a day flooding your thoughts with positive affirmations about your body. Take a long bath with red rose petals. Do something nourishing that acknowledges your love for the fact that you are a woman, or for the radiant women who are constellate in your life. I feel like that soul tribe, like Divine Feminine is being, it's like you're hanging out with your soul tribe, the other sisters, the other Divine Feminines, and you're learning through experience with each other. It's kind of like when you look at a friend and you know they're not perfect, you know? Nobody's perfect. But you see beyond the imperfections that what a truly, truly, truly beautiful woman she is. And at that moment of truly recognizing the beauty of a soul sister, you also recognize that when others look at you, they just might be seeing the same thing. So don't compare yourself to others. Love who you are. Fall in love with every inch of you, inside and out. And yeah, love on your body. Talk to your body. Treat your body well. Eat well. Get some exercise. But love yourself fiercely and recognize that just as your soul sisters are so beautiful, regardless of what the outer avatar may look like, you have to recognize your true beauty, because there's beauty in everybody. So I kind of feel like over the weekend, the feminine might be hanging out with her sisters, you know, her friends, other beautiful, radiant souls. And I think they'll learn from each other, too. Okay, so this has been your daily love vibe. Or it's actually your weekend love vibe. I love you guys, and make sure you check out the description box. There's some stuff down there you can look at. Also, click the like button if you like the reading. It was a little different, but it's a new they're new decks. I wanted to play with them. And I once again want to thank Stacy, my friend. Please, please, please know how much I love you. And you are one of my soul sisters, and I recognize what a beautiful, beautiful soul you have. All of you are beautiful souls. And I love you, and I am so grateful to have you here. And leave a comment if you feel like sharing with me. And let me know what you thought of these new decks, okay? I love you guys, and I will see you on Monday. Oh, by the way, the Zodiacs, I ain't working on them this weekend. For whatever reason, they just didn't want to come out. So I'll try again maybe on Monday, and we'll start all over. And I do apologize, but it is what it is. Love and light. Bye-bye. Can't reach it.